Hello, thanks so much for joining us for the Sustainable Tourism Training brought to you by Explore Whitefish. Today, we will provide some background on converging factors affecting tourism in Whitefish, introduce our Sustainable Tourism Plan and Stewardship Campaign, and invite you to help educate our visitors while providing some tools and resources to do so. My name is Lisa Jones, and I moved to Whitefish in 1989, and first job was at the Great Northern Bar, and then I went on to become the snow reporter on Big Mountain. I've worked for Explore Whitefish since its inception. My favorite memories of Whitefish were starting the Big Mountain Amphitheater and inviting my favorite musicians to play on its stage.
My name is Ella Cobalt. I have been supporting the PR team at Explore Whitefish for several months now. I was born and raised in Whitefish, and one of my favorite memories is from when I got to be the Princess Freya during Whitefish Winter Carnival when I was in high school back in 2013. And my dad actually moved to Whitefish to help start the Great Northern Brewery. So that's a pretty fun legacy to have here. So that's us, and I will kick it back to Lisa to get the ball rolling here.
Okay, we're going to start by sharing the tourism story in Whitefish. With tourism being a major part of our economy, we recognize its importance to our town. The latest data shows 12 million out-of-state visitors came to Montana in 2019 and spent $3.7 billion. That's a lot of zeros. Flathead data shows $613 million spent by out-of-state visitors to our county, which supported approximately 10,000 jobs and generated over 40 million in state and local taxes. Another stat we have is sampling credit card expenditures, and that data revealed that non-Whitefish residents spent over $71 million in our town in 2019. Most recently, Whitefish adopted the Sustainable Tourism Management Plan, in which stakeholders examined the tipping point of when tourism's challenges outweigh the benefits. A $71 million infusion in Whitefish covers a lot of paychecks, and the extra $40 million in tax revenue sure helps our county's infrastructure. Additional positive aspects of tourism include more diversity in our town, more entrepreneurial opportunities, and more amenities that locals get to enjoy too, like a world-class ski area. Let me explain a little more using this graph and some more recent data. So historically, 50% of our visitors came in the summer months. No surprise to all of you. But did you know that October through April, our hotels are less than 50% occupancy, as this graph reveals? Which is why Explore Whitefish only promotes visitation in the fall, winter, and spring when our businesses need it. But this graph does not include something very important and very recent, the short-term rentals in Whitefish, also known as STRs, Airbnb, or VRBO, which have more than doubled the hotel inventory in Whitefish in the last several years. Research shows that we're up to 1,000 STRs, and they average 2.2 bedrooms each. And that's on top of our 12 to 1,400 existing hotel rooms. So you can do the math. And hence why summer seems so much busier in the last few years, because it is. STRs also add more cars to the roads. In contrary, many hotels provide complimentary shuttles for visitors. The relatively new inventory of Airbnbs and VRBOs is also hurting the small businesses in those already slower months that I mentioned. And most importantly, the sharp increase in short-term rentals has caused a housing crisis with a lack of affordable workforce housing. I don't need to tell you that as a surprise either. This factor contributes to our workforce shortage.
So Whitefish is experiencing many challenges, but we aren't the only ones. Sustainable tourism is a trend worldwide that we share with many special places like our own. There is an increasingly popular trend of people visiting national parks, and we've also experienced population growth countywide. Though it is worth noting that a recent study from MSU revealed that 36% of people who are moving here this year are actually originally from here. So your new neighbors could actually have been here before you. So we have people moving here and we have people visiting here. And as a result, we've noticed a lot of community and environmental challenges. We've all seen the teepee on the trail. We've experienced that housing and staffing shortage. We've seen human-caused wildfires. The list goes on. And we encourage you to get away from blaming or shaming one group of people and being the problem here. We all play a role in these challenges, and this training is really all about teaching everyone to be a steward of our community and inviting people to be a part of the solution. So given these factors, some of the key topics that we're focused on in preparation for summer 2021 are the national and local car rental shortage, the Going to the Sun ticketed entry system reservations, and construction delays.
So before we delve into these hot topics, let's look a little bit more at the converging factors affecting tourism in Whitefish that have brought us to where we are today with our focus on sustainable tourism. So we've experienced a slow pace of tourism since visitors started coming to Glacier National Park by train in the early 1900s. Our remoteness has been a bonus as visitation has remained slow and steady with pretty minimal growth over the last 100 years. Even over the last few decades, research has shown that tourism in Montana and Whitefish made minor increases of 1% to 2% annually, year after year, ever since I moved here in 1989, until recently. Another stat, for instance, from 2011 to 2015, tourism numbers in Montana increased 6% total, while tourism expenditures increased by 53%. Next, we have this little video that will tell the story and bring us to our current focus on sustainable tourism.
Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that video. You'll notice that at the very end, we asked if you are in, and we really mean you. As a hospitality industry employee or a business owner, and most importantly, a local, you are out there on the front lines interacting with visitors all day, every day. You are so key in getting the message out. Visitors ask you for guidance in their visit all the time, and they want your advice as somebody who knows this place. They want that inside perspective. We know that you serve as a central resource for information, and we want to help make sure that you are recommending responsibly.
So how do we put this into play? Consider the feasibility of your suggestions. Are you sending visitors to already congested areas? This also means staying up to date on areas being impacted as trends will change this summer. I stopped recommending hiking to Avalanche Lake last summer when I found out about the major impacts with the illegal dogs and illegal campfires and illegal camping going on there. So how do we keep track? Always check back with explorewhitefish.com. We're updating information all the time. Another great resource is the recreational access display on Glacier's homepage. It's called RAD. It's a live dashboard that provides updates on traffic and parking and camping. And RAD has current and historical data. So I really recommend that you use it and you suggest visitors use it for planning ahead. For instance, some of the data is, when does Logan Pass parking lot fill up? Same with Bowman Lake parking lot, for instance. So you can see what's happening for today if it hasn't filled yet, but you can look back for the days before and see what time did it fill. And Logan Pass, it might be at 6 a.m. and you have to be ready for that. Bowman Lake, it might be 9 a.m., but you can plan around these things and you can encourage visitors to do the same, planning ahead. So keeping up to date with what's happening on the ground will help you recommend realistic visitor options. Oh, the other one is glaciermt.com. That's another regional tourism website that this year is specifically giving many ideas for activities outside of the park and in surrounding communities, so that if the park is busy, you can give people other things to do and all the beauty that surrounds us. So if people are inexperienced, recommend managed recreation activities like at Whitefish Mountain Resort, or going on guided adventures with Whitefish Outfitters and Tours or Rock Climb Montana. Again, it's all about educating. Guests will enjoy learning and have fun going with local guides, and in turn, be better stewards because of it. And finally, we as locals have a role in leading by example. Be looking for the new Whitefish Recycling Center that's going to come out this spring. Please use it and promote it. And think about the impact of geotagging and how that has changed your favorite spots. Maybe don't share your special places on social media, or at least don't identify the location and only share with friends and family. These parameters can go a long way in framing our conversations with our guests.
One great conversation to prep for is around the ticketed entry system at the Going to the Sun Road corridor of Glacier National Park. So the first thing to think about is, why is this a good thing? Well, first of all, this trains people to plan ahead, and people haven't done that historically. There has been a national trend of people waiting until the very last minute to book their travel, which is pretty hard on our businesses. Second of all, this also gives us an opportunity to manage overcrowding and mitigate the impacts that we have all experienced on Going to the Sun Road. This will also hopefully reduce people getting turned away at the gates, which is something we saw a fair amount of last summer. And then it's also worth noting that Glacier is not the only national park that is implementing a ticketed entry system. We're actually alongside 4 other parks who are doing the same. Know some key facts about the program. Your ticket allows for 7 days of entrance into the Going to the Sun Road corridor. 75% of the tickets will be available 60 days in advance, or for a backup, roughly 25% of tickets will be reserved for reservations 2 days in advance. And all of that happens at recreation.gov. This doesn't mean that there still won't be lines or congestion. Expect 15 to 45-minute delays due to construction getting to or from West or East Glacier on Highway 2. And check out your toolkit for talking points with all the nitty-gritty on this information. If you come across visitors who aren't able to secure a ticket, of course, you can recommend Many Glacier, Two Medicine, and the Bowman-Kintla areas, as they don't require a ticketed reservation. However, we do anticipate that these areas will be extra busy this summer, so please just be cautious when sending people there and being aware of potential extra congestion. You can enter the Going to the Sun Road at Camas Road, West Glacier, or St. Mary before 6 a.m. and after 5 p.m. without a ticket. And then also, check out that RAD on Glacier's homepage for updated information on when those areas fill up. And here is a screenshot on this slide of what the dashboard looks like.
Okay, so here's another example of how you can recommend responsibly, especially when you get questions or you need to problem solve for visitors about the car rental shortage. So one of our community values in the STMP is that take it slow, enjoy the ride, walk, ride, or hop on the snow bus before you drive. So we've all felt the congestion that occurs in Whitefish, and by encouraging visitors and locals to enjoy the snow bus or riding their bike or walking, will help mitigate the congestion, we hope. The snow bus is a free service that we should all be taking advantage of. The dates are listed here on this slide. And for more information about operating hours and summer season, you can just visit Explore Whitefish and click on Get Here. Do encourage people to rent bikes. There's so many shops around town that do so. Even several hotels rent bicycles now. And then you can let people know about our network of bike ped trails that interweave throughout town and around town, including following along the Whitefish River to City Beach. The green maps that are available for free at our kiosks around town are great resource, because these paths are all mapped out on the map, as well as some other great ideas for people. And Explore Whitefish is happy to deliver these to your business along with our travel guides. Just let us know. You can read more about all of this in your car rental shortage talking points in your toolkit.
So we really just want to make sure that you feel supported. So if you're ever in doubt about an activity to recommend, or the timing of construction happening in Glacier, or you just don't know the answer to a visitor's question, please lean on us for more resources. You're welcome to send people to the Visitor Center downtown, which is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. People are always welcome to call our visitor information hotline, which is listed here. Email info@explorewhitefish.com or visit explorewhitefish.com for more information. There are self-service visitor information kiosks all around town that offer free Wi-Fi and have lots of information that visitors can learn from there. If people are looking for more regional information, Lisa mentioned this earlier, but glaciermt.com is a great place to send people. And then, of course, Glacier National Park has lots of great information on their website. The FAQ page specific to the ticketed entry system is a great resource that we recommend sending people to. And then finally, that RAD is such a great resource, and we really recommend that you check that frequently and send visitors there as well.
So we acknowledge a national trend for newbies getting in the great outdoors, and we have seen resulting challenges. Again, mostly because of lack of education. Most people just don't know better. So in 2021, Glacier National Park, Flathead National Forest, Montana State Parks, and tourism representatives from around the region have gathered together to work on a national Recreate Responsibly campaign that will be rolled out statewide very soon. RecreateResponsibly.org provides information on know before you go, stay safe, and includes leave no trace practices. And remember that website, lnt.org. It's an easy one to share with visitors, and so they can learn about leave no trace practices. You'll also notice the focus of Recreate Responsibly, including building an inclusive outdoors, which we're happy to see. So please get excited. All local businesses will be invited to sign up for the Recreate Responsibly Business Partner Certification, which includes signage, staff training, social media resources, and more. As I mentioned, the campaign will be launched early summer, and Explore Whitefish will send all the information, so please keep an eye out. And note, Pledge for the Wild, a partnership with Explore Whitefish and the Whitefish Trail, allows visitors the ability to give back with the ease of a text. And next, we made this video showcasing our local stakeholders who rolled up their sleeves and spent 2 years planning the Sustainable Tourism Management Plan. Please watch as they introduce our community values.
Over the past decade, there has been a noticeable increase in the number of people spending time in Whitefish, especially during the peak summer season.
We are also experiencing more people moving to the Whitefish area as mountain communities have become increasingly popular.
There is no doubt Whitefish is a special place.
Amazing friends and neighbors.
Tight-knit community.
Open hearts.
Access to wild places.
Our vibrant and walkable downtown.
Good friends, great people, and deep snow.
And we all need to work together to ensure that Whitefish continues to be the place we all know and love.
Our Sustainable Tourism Management Plan aims to promote sustainable, community-based tourism development that is beneficial to community members, frontline workers, and visitors.
The plan was created to identify fundamental values in 3 main areas: community character, livability, and community engagement.
While we are just in the beginning stages, the first step of the plan is educating our visitors and new residents on the ways we can all be stewards of Whitefish and exemplify the values our community stands for. We can all be a friend of the fish.
Take it slow and enjoy the ride.
Show respect and kindness.
Help us stay healthy.
Fuel our local businesses.
Recreate responsibly.
Be a steward of the land.
Tourism can continue to boost the economy while also being mindful of the needs of residents.
Everyone's daily practices can contribute to being part of the solution.
You've heard it a lot, but we are truly all in this together.
How can I be a part of the solution?
Be a friend of the fish.
Be a friend of the fish.
Be a friend of the fish.
For more information, visit sustainablewhitefish.com.
All right, well, now that you've watched our video and are getting excited about these community values, it's time to get out there and continue building a future of sustainable tourism. We've mentioned this toolkit a lot. There are some great resources in there. Definitely get friendly with our Going to the Sun Road talking points, the Be a Friend of the Fish community values. All of these are wonderful. And we're also really excited about the Be a Friend of the checklist, which I will let Lisa talk a little bit about.
So be sure to check this out in your toolkit. The Be a Friend of the Fish checklist is something we want every visitor to see and use, and locals too.
All right, I think that's a wrap. Next step is to schedule your one-on-one with us. We're offering 15-minute video chat slots to give you tailored information specific to your business, and we can really talk about ways for you to get more involved, maybe learn more about existing initiatives. Email pr@explorewhitefish.com to set that up. And then some important links and information for you, explorewhitefish.com, and always encourage people to email us at info@explorewhitefish.com. Thanks so much.
Thanks for investing your time today. Be a friend of the fish, please.